Hi guys, I'm Vishal and I'm working with Handshake. So I'll start off with asking one question. How many of you know each other in this room? So basically, I guess Handshake is for you all. So before I make the pitch, I would request you all to download the app. Android users can just search for Handshake on Play Store, and iOS users will have to type Handshake Business Networking. Okay, so we have not been able to kind of show it on the projector, so I'll just pitch it orally. So Handshake solves 3 problems. Number 1 is it helps you discover people around you. So here you basically don't know anybody, and now in the networking session you will just randomly go onto a person and ask more about him, right? Don't you think that it would have been better if you had some context beforehand, so basically you could have decided whether to approach him at all or not, right? So Handshake particularly solves that problem. It enables discovery. Second problem it solves is business card exchange. So I have got my business cards in the pocket, but I'm sure if I give it to you, you'll just maybe throw it away or keep it somewhere but forget it later on, or maybe after 2 years my email address will get changed, my phone number will get changed, right? So this also gets solved in Handshake. The business cards are stored within the app, and the information is maintained and the information gets updated as the user updates his profile. The third problem that we solved is of the meeting recordings. So basically there are many people who meet again and again at different events. I am more likely to meet Digvijay at another event within a month. Okay, so it would be better if I have a context of all our previous meetings, where I met him and what we discussed, so that we can take our business relationship one step ahead. So all these problems are solved with Handshake, and it's very unfortunate that I could not show it to you on the screen. Perhaps I can just try it. Can you guys
come to it? Yeah. You can see it.
Okay, so I have just started my Handshake app, and you can see that there's already a list of 3 people who have downloaded the app. Okay, so I'll just click on you are Nitin, right?
Yogesh.
Yogesh,
the second one.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so there are more people now.
Good.
Right. So I'll just click on Durgesh's name, and I'll send him a business card to him. Okay. Now he can always choose to reject my card if he feels like I am pestering him, but for the sake of demo, I'll just ask him to accept it and send his to me. Right. So here the app has already recorded the location that we are at, and also the event that we are at. So we have to manually enter the event that, like for example, I have entered at start event. So the whole context of the surroundings is already there, and now a meeting is recorded, and I have a card of Durgesh. So here's my card list, and here's the profile of Durgesh. Okay. Now I can also see LinkedIn icon here. So I can, he was going through Digvijay's profile. I can also go through the profiles of people and have more context, so that I can decide whether to reach out to him or not. So that's all. Any questions?
Any questions for him?
Similar.
How do you find this? How will you how will this venture pay you in the long run?
So there are many plans in place.
So actually, let me answer that. So I'm also advising them. It was actually I'm deeply involved in the idea, because quite frankly, after 12 years of doing Thai and attending NASCOM events and everything else, somehow I felt that, you kind of meet with the same people again and again, right? So like you were here, and supposing you didn't speak up or I didn't hear your introduction. It is great that you do introduction, quite frankly. I think that's kudos to you. But a lot of events, nobody does introduction, right? And you maybe start meeting the same person, right? So I think the idea came from there, and we guys kind of teamed up a little bit and helping these guys to start this. But in terms of monetization, eventually we'll see how it goes. One of the potential monetization case scenarios is that event sponsors are now looking at more tangible, so to speak, inputs. So I'm not going to get into more what our thought process is, but let me leave you a hint over there. Because when you go to an event organizer and if they have sponsors or partners, I think the gentleman there put up a booth over there, but he wants to do a more targeted connection, etc. There could be an option. So there are ways to figure out. I think quite frankly it's very early days. The idea is to validate whether there's actually a product market fit here. But I would love to get your thoughts. Do you think this an idea like this is valuable, not valuable? That's why I think Vishal is pitching.
I think it will be quite helpful at those huge, expos and which are organized.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Expos and massive conclaves and all. It can be experimented there. Like even Twitter, I remember it was first experimented at a huge conclave.
Correct.
So that would be an idea.
Right. So they had large screens over there to show people what are they tweeting.
There are apps like these, right? There are already apps.
In fact, there are 3-4 apps, especially in the US. In India, also 1 or 2 guys. But the surprising part is
None of them like took off. So I think a couple of them just pivoted from a business networking to one of those Tinder sort of things only because of the fact that it is difficult to scale and market. So that there's an event right now. Now there'll be the next one will be, they say, 2 weeks from now, and then again getting everyone to know that this kind of an app is there.
Yeah, that's always a challenge.
that's always that.
It's like you're also locked into human behavior. You have to drive the person to your app for every engagement. It's a little, it's hard to do unless there's a real hook for the user to go. Exchanging business cards, we still all carry them in spite of all the tech. We have text, we have WhatsApp, we have share contact, we have God knows how many things, but we still carry business cards. So if you have to think, if email, text, WhatsApp couldn't solve it, why will another app or at least how will another?
So Mala, if you're sitting at an airport and you get somebody, Digvijay is around you, you don't see him, but you get a notification saying that he's around.
Facebook tells me that. Right?
Facebook tells you that?
Yeah, but
Facebook. No, but I'm not a Facebook friend.
Don't hand me, man.
But if it opens up the option, I mean, you can not only see your friends but also
Who's around?
strangers around you.
No, but that is not curated. You don't know what exactly business you will derive from. Then, second of all, there is also an app called Cam Scanner, which is basically PDF converting. So what these guys are doing, these guys are playing very smart. At the end of the day, they're going to have a huge database of yours. Or it's all on the platform. They do algorithms and everything, but that's all. They say it. So one thing, if a small suggestion, that after this, there are a lot of times when we have a stack of people, but we are not, already engaging with them. So if there is a notification or if there is a push notification where the app reminds me of people I've met. So that thing, I guess.
Actually, we are not looking at reminding, but we are looking at presenting the most relevant contacts.
I get it, but already see at the end of the day, this is not मेरे जो 5 inch का screen है मैं उसी को दूंगा जिसकी utility है.
Right.
तो ये utility जब तक मेरे पास दोबारा मेरे को remind नहीं करवाएगी कि तुम्हें मतलब you have to create a utility, right?
Right.
Follow up से मैं engage होगा. That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Frequency of use. Yeah.
So that's the only thing.
Do you actually want to focus only on the conclaves, or you want to take this app into the boardrooms?
So to start with, we are focusing on the events mostly. Later on, when we have a customer base, we can, like Digvijay mentioned, at airports and.
But tell me one thing, when you focus on the conclaves or seminars, these are all short-lived phenomena, right? The moment I step out of the conclave or a seminar, I'm out of it completely. So the adopters whom you're targeting right now, they would actually virtually they would stop using your app the moment they're out of that particular seminar. But just let me complete. But vis-a-vis that, if you take into account, say for example, a simple meeting in an organization, right, wherein we all struggle with minutes of the meeting. I guess you mentioned a point about the meeting points, right? So that's where the usage becomes really very rigorous and very consistent. Right, because that's, if you look at an organization standpoint, people normally struggle with MOM all the time. Meetings are normally, people are scribbling nowadays. Sometimes they would switch on their phone or take a, probably record it and then listen to it and then probably start penning it down.
Okay.
So the usage actually can go, you can jack up the usage in a million miles.
Right.
That's what I can suggest.
Yeah, but I think we are right now focusing more on discovery part here, because that's definitely a problem.
And the reason why I'm suggesting that is also from the perspective of the business model, because anything which is recorded in a meeting is very,
we have the data. Yeah.
Right. So you got apps like Yammer, web apps like Yammer, and other guys, focusing on a social enterprise model. But if you look at your app, which is actually storing such kind of confidential data, you can charge, I guess, right? You can integrate it with one of these guys. You can probably open up the doors for acquisition.
Right. So interesting point.
In fact, someone told me that the biggest component of a startup's valuation is its customer data, which it has.
Yeah, nowadays
Content is looking filing, right? That's the beauty of content. So that's why Facebook is a Facebook or a Twitter is a Twitter.
Yeah.
You can't divorce yourself from that content which you have. Facebook generates like 1 petabyte of data every day.
Yeah.
It's impossible for a company or an organization if they have that kind of MO stored on your database. It's very difficult for them to actually divorce from that kind of an application.
Sure. I think the USP of your product can be the discovery part, as you mentioned. I mean, I have worked for a event management company for like good over 5 years, and I've sold mobile apps like these. So, but in those mobile apps, I've never seen that discovery part. You can network with people in an event, and you can chat with them when they connect their LinkedIn profiles. But yes, that discovery part is not there. One more suggestion is, I think you should look around for companies like Crowd Compass, Eventbrite, and the competitors around them, and I think you can learn more out of them, and maybe partner with them. Because I've sold these apps, but there was nothing like discovery, because it can be a really good thing for salespeople. Let's say I'm a sales guy, I go to an event, I come across like 50 prospects, and I'm flying back, or maybe I'm going to a different place, and at the airport I discover a guy, I can go and do a handshake with him.
Exactly.
So
but बहुत monitor रखना पड़ेगा, because crowdsourced data है, सारा का सारा data तुम्हारे पास ही आ रहा है. So you'll have to, at the end of the day, what exactly
No, we have thought about it, about verifying stuff, and so because of that only we give social integrations as well.
Yeah.
So that, because I think they are good indicator of how authentic the data is. So I can enter anything on my Handshake app, but if I link my LinkedIn and Facebook profile, I have to do a lot of work to make fake accounts and do all this stuff. Yeah. That's it.
I think we'll stop here. Thank you. Because we are running out of time. And I think you have done a lot of things. Moving forward to our second speaker session for the day, which will be taken by Mr. Anil Balakrishnan, who is the same